Hey teens, I'm Miss Abby, your teen services librarian for the Slidell branches of the San Antonio Parish Library. And today we're going to be doing something really fun. We're going to be making the Minion bookmarks from your teen arts and crafts tote. So this is the craft for August, or one of them. It's this one and pinwheels, if you're interested in those. So before we get started, let's go over what our teen totes are. The San Antonio Parish Library System has two teen totes specifically for teens 12 to 17 years of age. The first one is our book tote, and that one you register for at the first of every month between the 1st and the 15th to receive the following month between the 1st and the 15th. And then for that, you'll get to choose between two themes and put in some more information for us, and you'll receive two books that fit that theme that you check out from the library, and then the rest of it will be swag. So sometimes it's a free book. We've had t-shirts, socks, candy, snacks, all kinds of cool stuff. And then our arts and crafts tote, you sign up for between the 15th and the 30th of one month to receive the following month between the 15th and the 30th. And that one generally has two crafts that we advertise ahead of time so you know what you're getting, and snacks, swag, other cool things to do. All right, now that we've gone over that, let's get started with the materials needed for our Minion bookmark. And as always, if you did not get an arts and crafts tote this month, but you still want to do the craft, no worries. A lot of this you might already have at home. A quick, cheap trip to the craft store will get you what you need to, okay? All right, what's needed for your Minion bookmark? If you have a arts and crafts tote for August, you will have written instructions on how to do the Minion. If you don't have the bag, don't worry about it. We're going to go over all of this real quickly. This is our template to do the craft real quick. It has everything's been labeled for you. I did that real quick to make it a little bit easier. We have different colored pieces of paper for those little body parts, a pair of scissors, a pencil, and some glue. The scissors and the markers are not included in your craft bag. You probably have a pair at home. They're not really necessary, but if you'd like to have them, you can go grab them real quick. The scissors are necessary. All right, my very first step is to cut out all of the pieces I need from my template. I have already done that, so I have some pieces here. And then you're going to take those pieces and you're going to assign them a color. So we kind of already done that, but if you want to get creative, you're welcome to do so. But to make the more traditional Minion, you're going to want the body to be yellow and the arms as well. You have two arms and a body. The overalls, blue. Now maybe you have pink cardstock or construction paper and you want to have one with pink, or maybe you want to make a purple Minion. That is up to you, but this is what's provided in your bag. The gray is for the hands, the feet, and the goggles, and the eyes are white. So there's just a little bit of white because you don't need a lot of it. You should have enough here to be able to make at least two Minions. So now you're going to go about and trace all of your shapes out onto the colors that you want them to be. So I have mine already done. So I'm going to move my little Minion and all these extra pieces out of the way. And I'm just going to cut my shapes out real quick. Let's see, last piece. Perfect. And then I'm just going to cut my shapes real quick. So after you're done tracing, you're going to take your scissors and give this all a quick cut. It shouldn't take much time. And again, you have enough to make at least two. If you're very careful with how you use your paper, you might be able to get 3. I'm not sure, but I used a little less than y'all have, and I was able to do 2. So there's my Minion body, and I'm going to start going ahead and placing them down with the pencil side down. So the pencil side is where I traced, and I don't want any of that showing. So just to go ahead and get ready to use it, so I don't make a mistake and use the wrong side, I'm going to go ahead and set it where I want it to be. And you know, I just made a little boo-boo on my overalls real quick, but I'm going to show you how if that happens, it's not that big of a deal. We can pretty much fix anything. So let's finish trimming this up. I really love the Minions, y'all. I'm so excited we got to do this. I was trying to figure out what craft we were going to do, and the new movie was coming out. And I am ecstatic to have a Minion bookmark. So I am not the best cutter in the world, which y'all are definitely going to see. But I think that's important for y'all to see because even with a few mistakes, some of this is still usable. So if you're not the best cutter and you feel a little daunted, don't worry about it. I also am not. And I'm going to show you a couple tricks to kind of hide the mistakes that we make. And you know, you're the only one who's going to know that it was a mistake. Everybody else will think that's how it's supposed to be. So I just have a couple more things to cut. For this guy, I already did one with 2 goggles. So I'm going to do the single goggle guy now. If you don't want to do that, you can just do 2 double goggles, however you want to do it. These are your bookmarks, not mine. Again, maybe you have pink construction paper and you want them to have pink goggles or purple goggles, or maybe your Minion is neon green. That is up to you. I like the traditional one. I just think they're really fun and cute. And I like to randomly shout, banana! So. And then we went with gray for the hands and the feet. I went with like, maybe he's wearing a pair of gloves. But if you wanted to make them have yellow hands like their body, maybe they're not wearing gloves today. That's okay too. That is up to you completely. Maybe they have red hands or goggles. Whatever it is that you want to do. Almost lost my other hand. Maybe he's got cool kicks on and not just gray shoes. And I'd love to see your creations, especially if you do something different, but even if you just do what I'm doing. I would love to see your creations. So when you're finished, if you'd like to take a picture, you can email that to teens@stpl.us. Again, teens, TEENS, @stpl.us. And include in the email if you got a teen tote or if you decided to do it on your own. That would be really cool for me to know. And if you want, if you're sending it to us, then we're going to take it as you're giving us permission to post them on our website. So if you do not want that and you just want to show it off, please make sure you say that, okay? So for my next Minion, I have already cut out goggles, an eyeball, hands, feet, overalls, a body, and I forgot something. I forgot arms. So let's do that real quick. These thankfully are quick. They're just little rectangles. So of the things to forget, these are the best. make it go faster. And then we're just going to glue them together. And when I tell y'all it can't be easier, I mean it. That's what's so great about these really cute bookmarks. You can be so creative and make such great ones, and they take no time at all. Besides a little bit of prep, they really don't take any time. So I like to start by putting my overalls on my body. We're going to kind of match it up over here, and you can see where my wonky cuts kind of were down here. But I'm kind of going to reshape that and help myself out so I don't have to redo the whole thing. So I'm going to kind of put where I want it and make sure that I've got it where I'm going. The flat side here, the kind of wider, more flat side of the body is where is the downside. So that's where the legs are going. And then this is the head. This is the more round side. I'm kind of doing it backwards so that y'all can see a little better. And I'm going to take my glue, again, if you don't have a bag. This is just some quick dry glue. Everybody's going to have a little container of it. It dries clear and it dries relatively quickly, so you don't have your pieces sliding everywhere. And I'm just going to glue to the back where my pencil marks are. And I just want to go, I just had this going, guys, around the body shape, not the legs because they're going to be hanging off, and the overalls. Okay? So everything but the legs, basically. And then I'm going to glue it where I want it to go. And I'm going to give this a second to kind of dry. So I'm going to go on to my hands real quick. And just at the end of each arm, I'm going to put a little dollop of glue, just a little one, and I'm going to put a hand. Again, I want to make sure any pencil marks are down, not up, so that you don't see them. And again, I'm going to move that to the side. So the last thing I'm going to glue together, and that's just because of the sequence of events, you can do it in any order you want normally, is going to be the eyeball. So what I like to do is go ahead and create my eyeballs, my pupils. You can do this after you've glued it on if you want. You just have to make sure it dries. I went around it with a little bit of black around the rim just to make it a little more identifiable. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I just really liked how it looked against the gray. Kind of gave it more of a goggle pop. So it's like the lens of the goggles. Oops. It is a little tricky because it's such a small piece. We don't want it wobbling so much. Make sure you put something underneath it so you don't get black marker everywhere. You know, so mama doesn't come yelling. And then once my rim is done, I'm going to draw a pupil. So it's just a circle in the middle. I like to leave, while I'm coloring it in, a couple little pieces of white in the eye. And that just gives it a little character. So I'm just doing one pupil, so one circle. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of like wiggle it around so I have some pieces of white. And then I'm going to color in the rest. And that just get like light is shining into the eye and it's giving a little character. Maybe a little too much. That was a little creepy. That's okay. All right. So now that I have my eye, and if you have like googly eyes and you'd rather use a googly eye, go ahead and do you. Once again, this is not mine. This is yours. All right, so now I'm just putting it in the middle of my goggle shape. For this one, of course, I did two. For this one, I just need one. And then I'm going to go back to my Minion, and I'm going to start attaching. So I'm going to do the goggles first. Again, I like to put the glue on the item I'm attaching so I don't have like a random set of glue here that's not where I need it to be. eyeball shifted. Let's shift it back. Okay. All right, and I want to leave enough room for a mouth. And I liked drawing in a little bit of hair, so I want it down a little. Let's see, let's try to put it, maybe this one will be bold. But you could always do a few. There's plenty of room here. And then I'm going to put on my feet. You know what, before my feet, let's do the reshaping. So you can see here I have a little bit of yellow peeking, and my goggles are a little bit past, so are my overalls. So I'm just going to come around and I'm going to trim up. So for the back, for the overall arm and the goggles, I like to turn it to the back so I can see. And I can cut off all these extra pieces that I can see. We don't want them hanging over. Okay. Well, then down here where there's yellow, I need to be where the yellow is just blue, right? Because he's got pants on. So his pants aren't doing their job if you can see his body. So let's trim that up. All right. So once again, I'm not the best cutter, but now you can't tell I made mistakes. He looks just like he's supposed to look this way. Well, now that I've got that done, and I'm not going to be manipulating him a lot, I'm going to go ahead and put on my feet. So it's just a little bit at the bottom of each leg, just a little. Check in for my pencil marks, and we're going to put the round side up. These feet might look a little big, but I think they work for them. So you want the flat edge to be your heel, so to the inside of the minion, and you want the curve of the shoe to be up. Oop, I messed that one up, didn't I? Let's put it back. And you just want them a little bit about on the leg, about like that. So he has something to be attached to, but it's not taking it, it doesn't look like he doesn't have any legs. Okay. And now that I have that all glued, I want to glue the arms behind the minion, but I want to make sure they're coming out of this armhole on the overalls, right? Because you don't want it coming out here where the shoulder is supposed to be. So I'm going to move it to here. Kind of want it at an angle because this is what's going over your book pages. So I'm going to flip it over and put a little bit of glue on the arm. And you want the arm about halfway out. It doesn't have to be the whole arm. It's a very long piece. And he's coming out right where the armhole and the overalls are. I'm going to do that to the other side as well. Once again, about halfway down the arm. We only need about half the arm to show. Try to match it up with the same amount that you had over there. Oops. I had a little bit of something on my finger and it got it on the minion, but that's okay. Now for my very last step, I get to draw on my minion. So I want to do a mouth. So you could do like a cute little half smile. And that's actually working for me because that's where I kind of messed it up a little bit. So I did a full smile on him. I'm going to do like a half smile on this one. Maybe I want a few random pieces of hair because they have some crazy hair. Right? I did the 3 set over here. And then I also have a blue marker. So blue marker on the blue overalls is just going to create like a little design or pattern. Maybe you want him to have little cuffs on his pants. Maybe you want something on the shoulders. I'm just going to do a cute little pocket here. So he has something to put all of his little tools in. Put a little embellishment on the pocket. And that's it. That is a Minion. Thank you for joining me to make Minion bookmarks. Look how cute. Look how cute he is. So this was our August teen tote. Again, if you did not get a teen tote, this was all stuff you either have at home or you can quickly get from the store. And we'll be back next month with another tote. Or you can register now until the 15th through the 30th in August to get September's tote between the 15th and the 30th September. So we'll have that available for you soon. Thank you.